Hey, what's up guys, it's Michael back for another video, and today I'm going to be talking about things I have seen on forums, a little debate amongst people who use microphones, and that is, should you use a pop filter or a foam ball windscreen? Now, let's go over why this is a bit of a debate. So people think that the foam ball windscreen causes issues with, things like it condensing the sound, blocking out certain sound waves, changing the frequency, giving it a muffled sound, which is why a lot of people will go to the grave saying that they prefer pop filter windscreens. I currently am using a pop filter. I have no preference on it. I've used both. I have not really noticed much of a difference myself, but let's drop into the argument. Alright, so some people say that the foam ball will muffle your sound, give you a sort of like a muffled sound like this almost, which I know I look stupid. Frankly, I don't think so. You heard my audio. If you heard my audio in my last video, you could hear that sounded perfectly fine. I was using the foam ball windscreen for that because I had a broken pop filter. So it really doesn't do that. As for blocking out certain frequencies, I don't know. I can't say. As for the thing with it blocking certain frequencies, I've never had that problem. I've never noticed it myself. Now, pros and cons to a pop filter. So, a big pro to a pop filter is that they look nice. In my opinion anyways, is that you can get different colored pop filters and whatnot really cheap. And if they do tear, you can easily replace them just by popping it open and replacing it with a thing of nylon. That's what I replaced in this one. It used to have multiple holes, so what I did is I just replaced that. Problem solved. Another pro to these is that they work really well for blocking any pops. Which is kind of an issue with the foam ball that a lot of people have, is that if you get a tear in the foam ball that goes all the way through, you can't really repair it, and henceforth it will stop blocking pops as well. And that's pretty much it. So some pros to the foam ball is that they are nice and compact. You can store them easily. They are not intrusive. They don't get in your way for anything. And they block pops just as well as long as they are fresh and new. Which is kind of a big thing. You can also get these in multiple colors and multiple sizes depending on your microphones. But I mean, that's a little stylistic choice, personally. You can also get windscreens in multiple colors and multiple sizes. Alright, let's hop on to some cons of the pop filter windscreen. A big complaint about the pop filter windscreens that a lot of people have problems with is that they are bulky. If you have a cheaper, less strong stand, it's going to sag or droop or drop when you try to mount a pop filter on it with a heavier microphone. An easy fix to this would be adjusting the springs on your stand, but for the people that don't want to do that, it's very inconvenient, which mine right now, I'm using a pretty cheap Neewer microphone stand, so I have mine mounted on a secondary stand thing that's up, and it's just a little lamp that I've attached to it. Really ghetto, but it works pretty damn well. Another complaint that a lot of people have, that I myself had for a while, is that they're very intrusive. They can get in your way, they're all over the place. If you have it higher up, then it can be in your line of sight, which is why I now have mine lower, so I don't, really notice it that well. And finally, if they do break, they are kind of a bitch to fix. You can, and it's not super difficult, but it's the difficulty of popping off the inner ring, getting all of the old material off of it, and then replacing it with a new thing of nylon, which if you don't have nylon, that could be a bit of a problem, but you can buy that from any art store, or hell, even like, I don't know, place that sells material for clothes or whatever. I don't know, I personally haven't really bought this stuff myself. I just had this nylon sitting around. And another issue with these is that they are not all standard in the way that they mount to stands and whatnot. There are multiple different styles, which can fit your needs, but if you're trying to buy a replacement and you forgot which one you had, and then you don't look carefully, you might get something that is entirely different from what you need, which is where these foam balls come into play and where they're actually really nice and useful. Alright, let's get to some cons of the foam ball though. Alright, so some cons of the foam ball is that even though they are small and compact and just stick on the microphone, they end up smelling very bad over time. I found this out over using one for a while. I had to wash them about once a month or so, which I know doesn't sound that bad, but they smell bad. The pop filters, I've noticed, don't pick up as much spit and everything. It will get that, but some of it will also go through a little bit, but not enough to where it's going to make your microphone pop. Another con to these is that they tear very easily. This one in it has a tear right on the top. You can't really see it that well, but yeah, it's got a tear on it. They tear and break pretty easily, and when they do, if they go all the way through, it can affect the sound of, it can affect any pop cancellation and pop filtering, and you cannot fix them, but luckily they are very cheap in that situation. So, another con, or con number 2, is that these come in all different shapes and sizes, and when you buy them, most places do not advertise how large they are, so you have no idea if you're getting a foam ball windscreen that can fit to your microphone size. That actually tended to be a massive issue that I had. Is I got a bunch of them, one right behind me here, is that I got a bunch of them. So I have this black one which came with an old microphone I bought, and then there's this one which I bought on Amazon with a bunch of others for like $1, but they are very small and they do not fit over this microphone head, and they didn't fit over my other microphone head very well. So, which is kind of a problem, but I keep them in the event that I need them if I'm going to be using my other microphone for whatever purpose. I use them for that, which is cool, I guess. Alright, so my standpoint on this debate, what do I think? What do I prefer? I personally don't have a preference for this. I will use either the foam ball or the windscreen. It really does not matter. I haven't found that they've made any difference in sound, but if you don't believe me, I'm going to have a sound difference test at the end of this video. So I've used foam balls extensively for a long time. For about a year and a half, I've been using this one for as long as I've been using my BM800 microphone. But I've also used my pop filter windscreen pretty well to know that this thing works beautifully. I have not noticed any problems with it other than the fact that it can get in the way and that mounting it, again, can be kind of a bitch. But other than that, nothing. I don't have a preference. I'll use either. I don't care. I'm not going to bitch and complain if I don't get one or the other. So, I hope this gives some of you out there who don't really know much about either of these or are looking to get into more professional grade microphones, whether you want to get a pop filter or a foam ball. So yeah, I hope this video was helpful to you guys. I'm going to throw in the comparison at the end of the video. So yeah, here's that. Alright, this is my CAD GXL 2200 cardioid condenser microphone through a pop filter windscreen. So as you can see, it doesn't really muffle any sounds, nothing. This is what it sounds like. This is my CAD GXL 2200 cardioid condenser mic with a foam ball windscreen on it. So I don't know exactly how this sounds. I'm going to get a good comparison of it after I record this as well. So yeah. Alright, so I hope this video was helpful to you guys looking to buy either a foam ball or a windscreen that can't decide or don't know what to get. So, for all of you beginners in the audio world out there, good luck to you on your adventures, and I hope you can get the best deal that you can. And for those of you who are new to this channel, hit that subscribe button, and if you found this helpful, hit that like button. Alright, see y'all in the next video, and goodbye.